You are on Earth because you wanted to explore the experience of moving away from who and what you really are, so that you could come back home and know more intimately through the experience of the journey that which you are. You were created by love, with love, out of love, and you will always be love. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and today is a beautiful day to read some channelings from the Arcturian Council. These, in fact, are the most recent channelings that are available. You can find them at danielscranton.com, all the way from November 26th through October 22nd. The Arcturian Council is a ninth dimensional collective from Arcturus, channeled by Daniel Scranton, that cover a whole range of topics, including reality creation and our ascension into the new Earth. This set of channelings covers everything from more help is coming from Arcturians, heroes taking on the Goliaths of your time, being awake in action as far as the Arcturians are concerned. Can you handle what we are sending? The 1111 portal energies, the Arcturian role and the human role, facing darkness and villains of Earth at this time, and so much more. Be sure you get a chance to check out the amazing way that Daniel channels energy and information in my interviews with him. I've gotten a chance to meet him, and he's incredible, and these channelings really touch a piece of my heart. I hope they do for you too. More help is coming from Arcturians and across the universe. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have discovered more and more ways to help humanity, and we are excited to share the help that we have with all of you. We can help to illuminate within you the light that you are by simply shining our light more brightly as we focus upon you. We remind you of your Arcturian connections and roots, and we give you an invitation to something that is more than what you typically and currently experience there on Earth. We also help you by delivering to you Arcturian light codes, and those do come in as we are transmitting ourselves through the channeler here. They also come to you directly as you focus upon the words of the channeling. We also hope by working with Mother Earth and with her core in particular, so that when you connect to her, you receive more of the high frequency energies that we emit from our red giant known as Arcturus. We also seek to help you all by emitting a vibration of our knowing of who we really are as divine beings of love and light. That knowing is a reminder to all of you who you really are, so that you can let go of the idea that you're supposed to play small. You do not need to see yourselves as insignificant little human beings. You can think of yourselves as you truly are and allow yourselves to know that experientially, through what you feel and through what emanates from the center of your very hearts. We're going to continue to work with you all in these ways that we have described and more, as we continue to discover more and more ways of reaching you directly and indirectly. You are wonderful beings who are beginning to wake up to the truth of who and what you are as aspects of Source. We are a non-physical collective consciousness that takes so much joy in watching you all grow that it is our passion to help in whatever ways we can with that process. We also just love observing you in your awakening. You can, of course, always give us more information as to how we can be of service to you, because we are always listening. We are always tuning in to the human collective consciousness, and our desire to help all of you never fades and is never diminished. Do not worry about the state of the world that you are on, and do not worry about the state of the life that you are living, because more help is always on the way, and we will always get more creative in the ways that we can help all of you. And we are not alone, as there are So many across the universe who are interested in humanity's spiritual evolution. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The heroes taking on the Goliaths of your time. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are always in awe of humanity, and we hold that awe with many others in the higher realms as we look down upon you. And we can see how much you have chosen to face, chosen to take on in this lifetime. It is important for you all to remember that it is always by choice that you are taking on your challenges, because you do not get anywhere. You do not make any progress by seeing yourselves as victims of a force outside of you that is stronger and bigger than you are. We know that you face a lot of Goliaths out there in terms of the size, the weight, and the momentum of what is already in place. What was in place when you were born into your physical body, but you know that you are not alone in what you face and in taking on the challenges that you have taken on. You know that change is coming, because it always is, and because change will reflect the level of consciousness held by those like you in the awakened collective. Therefore, you can relax and take some of the burden off of your shoulders for having to do it all. You do not need to single-handedly change your financial system so that you have an economy that is fair for all, but you are one of the ones who is contributing to the changes that are underway, and that will continue. You are one of the ones who is changing your system of government, your politics. You are one of the ones who is contributing to living more harmoniously with Mother Earth and Mother Nature, and having an environment that serves all. You are one of the ones changing the educational system with your thoughts and your ideas, and you are one of the ones changing the healthcare system by choosing alternatives and by recognizing that the human body contains within it everything that it needs to heal itself. You are the ones to change the consciousness of the collective of humankind. And when you change a thought, a perspective, a belief, and your vibration, you change everything. So do not worry about how much work it will take, how much time it will take, and how much efforting is required on the part of those of you who are awake. All you can do is what you can do in the moment. You can also trust that more and more of your fellow humans are choosing to change themselves and to partake consciously in the changing of your world for the better. As we said, we are in awe of you for taking on so much, but we also don't want you to feel like you've taken on too much or that you're doing it all on your own. You have so many helpers in the physical and in the non-physical, and in fact, you have the help of the entire universe as we are all ascending together. This is an up-leveling of the consciousness of the entire universe, and you get to be a part of that. You are a significant part of it because you are doing it on one of the most challenging worlds to incarnate on in the entire universe. So do pat yourselves on the back and see yourselves as the heroes of your time, because that's what you are. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Being awake in action as far as the Arcturians are concerned. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have such a wonderful view of all of you from the 9th dimension, and we see all of you as being more powerful than you know yourselves to be. One of the ways in which we help you is to remind you of how powerful you are. And one of the ways that we do that is by reminding you of who you are. You could say that we operate at a frequency that is closer to the frequency of Source, and therefore we remind you that you have access to this frequency as well. We remind you energetically as well as with our words, and that is significant. It is more significant than many of you think. It is more important for you to know who and what you really are than it is for you to have any other piece of information, and that includes information regarding your true history and extraterrestrials and everything else that seems like it's a bit of mystery to you there on Earth. Remembering who you are is something you then want to put into thought, word, and action. It's one thing to know it, and it's another thing to live it. And sometimes we help you to remind you of how to live there on Earth, as a being who understands their true divine nature. As you live in that way, you also see others through the eyes of Source, and seeing others through the eyes of Source is very important. We know that you ultimately want to see all of your fellow human beings as other aspects of Source, Energy, God, the One, Prime, Creator. Whatever the word is that you use to describe the being that is responsible for all of this. And we also know that the other humans you share planet Earth with often make it very hard for you to see them as divine beings of light and love. And that is because they have forgotten who they really are. If they knew who they really were and are, then they would not feel the need to speak and act in ways that you would find deplorable. They make it harder for you to then be who you really are in response to them. But that is your work. And by doing your work, you then get to live a life, and you can show others how to do it and remind them of who they really are. Even if they don't believe you, you can still see them as they truly are, even if they refuse to accept it for themselves. Again, this is a bit tricky and it's a challenge, but it's a challenge you signed up for. Really, it is the biggest challenge that you face. And if you set the intention every morning when you woke up to do that, to see everyone as a Source energy being, including yourself, we know you would have a much better day. It's staying in the knowing that allows you to ascend. It's staying in the knowing that will give you the keys to the kingdom and everything that you want within it. You will stand out. People will take notice because not many people are doing it. But it is the definition of being awake spiritually in action as far as we are concerned. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Can you handle what we are sending? Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have so much love for humanity, and it is our intention that all of you feel the love coming through in these transmissions. And the reason why we would like for you to experience our love is because we know how healing love is, and we know how transformative it can be. We know that if you love a baby, that baby is more likely to thrive, and the same is true of your houseplants. So you have evidence all around you of the power of love. You also know deep down inside that you are love, and that the universe is comprised of love. You know that when you are feeling something that is lower in vibration than love is, you hurt inside. You're not feeling upset because of what that person did or said, but rather you are feeling upset because you are no longer in the vibration of love, and you have chosen what that person did or said as your reason for not being in that vibration. That is the real you. Now, giving and receiving love is important for all of you, but so is being of the vibration of love. Even when there is no one else around, you want love to be the basis of your relationships with other people, plants, animals, and your planet. But ultimately, you really want to exist in the vibration of love because you want to align with the truth of who you are. You want to be true to yourself, to your true self, and love is your true self. You are also there to experience the opposite of love in order to know yourself more purely as the love that you are. And so every time you do not stay in the vibration of love, you have not failed. And you do not need to think of your slipping out of love as a failure. In fact, you could say that doing so is why you are there. Your density, your dimensions, your reality all give you the opportunity to slip out of the state of being of love that is who you really are, so that you can navigate your way back to it and more fully feel it and know it as your true and whole self. So as you look around at the world outside of you, and you think about how bad things are because people are still hating one another and doing all kinds of violent things to one another, remember, that's part of their journey. It's what they signed up for. It's what they intended to do so that they could have the journey back home. You're not on Earth because you are bad, and you are not on Earth because you are trapped. You are not on Earth because you were tricked into being on Earth, and you are not on Earth because of your karma. You are on Earth because you wanted to explore the experience of moving away from who and what you really are, so that you could come back home and know more intimately through the experience of the journey that which you are. You were created by love, with love, out of love, and you will always be love. And while we say that, we also know that there is much more to you than love. But we are simplifying it here because the feeling and the expression of love is the closest you are going to get to knowing yourselves fully, purely, and as your whole selves in this experience of this lifetime on planet Earth. So please do receive our love and allow it to invite you home and take whatever path you want in order to get there. That is up to you. That is why you have free will, and you will always have free will. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The 1111 Portal and Energies. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very happy to give you this transmission about your 1111 portal and energies. They are, of course, already coming in at the time of this transmission, and they will continue to come in, even after the first date of November 11th has passed. You don't see these portals opening and closing in a 24-hour period, especially when you have so many time zones on your planet. It wouldn't make much sense. Therefore, the window of opportunity is already upon you and will continue to be available to you throughout the next several weeks. You are probably wondering what these energies are for, what they are about. The 1111 portal and energies are designed to assist you in connecting with that which is of a higher frequency at this time. Many of you will find that you are supported in connecting to your guides, your higher self, your oversoul, source energy, and all the ET beings that exist in higher dimensional planes and in your very own dimension. You are being prepared for ET contact all the time. And one of the ways that you prepare yourselves for that contact is by readying yourselves through the connection to the higher realms, the higher dimensional planes, and the higher dimensional beings and collectives that you have always had access to. The energies coming in support you by stabilizing you, by helping you to rid yourselves of your fears of reaching out and reaching up. You will be assisted in letting go of any resistance, any judgment that you have that keeps you in a lower vibrational state. It is up to you now to decide whether you want to make these connections or not. You have access and you have the ability, and right now you have the support, so please do give yourselves a chance to make connections to align and to anchor in the higher frequency energies, transmissions and downloads that are being offered to you at this particular time. You will continue to be prepped for contact in a variety of ways. And for those of you who already do channel, your channeling will get better, deeper, more detailed, and will include more beings and collectives. For those of you who want to channel, you will find that it is easier for you to open up and receive. It will always be up to you as to what you do with what you get, but we highly recommend that you share what you are getting with others. You will inspire them. You will let them know that you have opened up and you are an available channel for them, and you will give them permission to do so themselves. You are there as the way showers, the light workers, the change makers, the ones who decided to wake up first so that you could lead others and inspire others. And that's what we see so many of you doing who are a part of the Awakened Collective. We know that there is much more for all of you and much more that you all can do and can access. And now is a wonderful time to put yourselves in the position of being an open conduit, being an anchor for more light, more love, and more compassion to come in. You can be of service to others with your presence, as your higher vibration will invite them to rise up and meet you in that plane. And you can find people around you are healing and receiving more of what they have asked for because of your influence. Now is the time you are the ones. Embrace it all and let yourself see just how far you can take these connections to the higher realms. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The Arcturian role and the human role. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very fortunate to know you all at this time because we get to experience you as you are now, and you as you will become. We get to experience the ride, the journey with you, and to see your growth. and be a part of it is tremendously rewarding for us. We want you to know that we do have something that we get out of all of this. We do get to experience the journey with you and proudly notice when you take something that we have offered and use it to become more of your true and whole selves. We like illuminating the path for you. We like reminding you of who you really are, and we know that who you are becoming is magnificent. We see you as your fifth dimensional selves. We hold that space for you so that you can feel into the energies that we are sending and know when you are on the right path towards your fifth dimensional higher self. You are amazing beings who decided to lower your vibration so that you could have that experience there on Earth. And we are all benefiting from every bit of the experiences you are having. You are as well, but you don't always take the benefits right away. When you are doubting yourselves, doubting your path, and not sure whether you're going to make it, do remember those of us who are in the higher realms, who are absolutely benefiting from you making it, and the help that we are giving you in that moment of surrendering to the help that you are getting from above. You are simply allowing yourselves to become who you've always been. We cannot take the credit for you becoming who you have always been. We are just playing our role here in the ninth dimension, and we are reminding you of your Arcturian selves that are very active in this moment and helpful to you as individuals. As a collective, of course, you are beginning to see one another as mirrors, as reflections, and that's a very good thing. We know that you like thinking about your Pleiadian selves and your Sirian selves. You like thinking about your Andromedan selves and your Arcturian selves, but all of those other people on the planet with you also represent an aspect of you, and they are there to be embraced as well. They are also helping us to make you whole by reminding you that there's something within you that needs to be healed or forgiven. We invite you to embrace all of them as much as you embrace us and all the help from the higher realms that you get, because the help that they give you by being exactly who they are is huge. It's enormous. And you all owe each other so much by playing the roles for one another that you play. This is a group effort, and our ascension is a universal ascension. We are all playing our roles. When you realize that, you realize you don't have the world on your shoulders, and you can relax a little more and allow the natural process of ascension to continue. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Facing the darkness and villains of Earth at this time. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are placing more and more of our attention on what humanity is doing right at this time, and we invite you to join us in that. Certainly, it is easy to find all of the issues that you are struggling with there on Earth, and to assume that humanity is doing very poorly at this time. And the reason it is easy for you to do so is because more and more people have the ability to point out what is wrong. There are more outlets through which people can express their displeasure with what is happening here or there or anywhere else. But what all of you need to place your attention on is the way that humans are looking for ways that they can help. Now, you may be one of those humans, and you may want to get your message out there about positivity. You may have coordinated an event where people can get together and meditate on peace. You may be offering free sound healings in your basement. There's lots of ways in which people are getting inspired at this time to become grassroots movement to bring about the changes in the human collective consciousness. Now, those changes are coming, and you are all part of the shift in consciousness because you are aware and awake at this time. But there are always things that you can do to gather together with other like-minded, open-hearted humans so that you can feel some of that positive energy, and so you can talk about your ideas for how humanity can move forward in spite of all of the problems, all the issues, all of the challenges that you face in your community and in the world at large. You have more awareness now than you ever had before of what is happening on the other side of the planet. You also have more of an ability to reach people from all over the planet Earth with what it is that you would like to put out there in response to whatever the atrocity is that you saw on your social media or YouTube feed or wherever you saw it. Therefore, do not despair, but rather look for what your fellow humans are doing and get inspired by them to do something yourself. Get together with your friends, your family members, your co-workers, your neighbors, anyone who is willing to gather with you, to pray, to meditate, to put out positive vibes, healing energy, compassion, and love. Because that's what the world needs. The world doesn't need another documentary or another YouTube channel that is aimed at pointing out who the villains are and what they're doing. You all know that there is darkness in the world, and you know that someone is going to play that role. Does it really matter who it is? Your awareness of the existence of the darkness and those villains is enough to inspire you to put out what you want to put out so that you can live on the version of Earth that you have decided is the one that is calling to you. You have every right to align with the version of Earth that you want to be on, and you don't have to wait until everyone else gets their act together. We will help you with all that to find out the vibration inside of you through the transmissions we offer directly to you and through this channeler. We always want you to remember how powerful you are and to pay attention to what's happening inside of you so that you know what you need to adjust to be in that higher vibrational state to experience the Earth that is your birthright. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Now, what strikes me across these transmissions is a consistent metaphysical framework that inverts conventional spiritual narratives. Rather than presenting Earth as a place of punishment, karmic debt, or entrapment, which some channelers do, these messages position incarnation as intentional forgetting for the purpose of experiential return. The November 12th transmission states this most directly. You are not on Earth because you are bad. You are not on Earth because you were tricked into being on Earth. This is a significant departure from present planet narratives and even from some Law of One interpretations that emphasize the sinkhole of indifference aspect of third density. The implication is that separation from source awareness isn't a fall but a creative act, a journey undertaken precisely because the return journey generates something new. This aligns with the process theology and even certain Kabbalistic concepts where creation exists so that the infinite can know itself through finite experiences. The November 12th message contains what I find to be the most philosophically rich tension in the collection. You are love at your core. Slipping out of love is not failure, it's why you are there. And yet the goal is to return and to stabilize in love. This creates an interesting paradox. If experiencing non-love states is the purpose, why frame returning to love as the aim? The resolution seems to be that the journey itself generates expansion, not just for the individual but for source. The experience of navigating back creates something that simply being love eternally could not. For your activation, this offers rich territory, the guilt and shame people carry about their spiritual failures. Their anger, their fear, their judgment could be reframed not as obstacles to awakening, but as the raw material of it. The November 19th transmission offers what might be the most actionable definition in the collection. It is staying in the knowing that allows you to ascend. Notice it doesn't say staying in the feeling. It says staying in the knowing even when circumstances, emotions, and other people's behavior would suggest otherwise. This is essentially a practice of sustained cognitive reframe under pressure. The challenge presented is seeing others as source, even when they've forgotten themselves. The text acknowledges this is tricky and a challenge you signed up for. What's interesting is the proposed solution setting the intention each morning to see everyone, including yourself, as source energy beings. This is deceptively simple, but actually quite radical. It's not asking for behavioral change in others. It's not asking you to approve of their actions. It's asking for a perceptual shift that holds two things simultaneously. This person is behaving deplorably, and this person is a divine being who has forgotten. The 1111 portal transmission provides insight into how these materials frame energetic windows. A few notable elements The extended timeline challenges the Instagram spirituality notion that portal dates are 24-hour events. The transmission explicitly addresses time zones as a reason portals can't work that way, a surprisingly practical consideration. The stated purpose, preparation for ET contact through connection with higher dimensional beings, positions channeling and contact work on a developmental continuum. The implication is that connecting with non-physical higher dimensional intelligence is training wheels for connecting with higher physical dimensional intelligence. The emphasis on sharing what one receives is worth noting. There's a consistent thread across these transmissions that awakening isn't meant to be private. The way-shower concept appears repeatedly. The final transmission in this collection addresses what might be called the doom-scrolling consciousness, the tendency to focus on villains, darkness, and what's wrong. But the framing is interesting. It doesn't deny the existence of darkness, villains, or anything like that. Instead, it asks, does it really matter who it is? This is a subtle but significant move. Rather than the ignore negativity bypass that many spiritual teachings promote, this acknowledges that darkness exists, that someone will play villainous roles, and that your awareness of this is sufficient. You don't need to catalog it endlessly or talk about it repeatedly or post on social media about it or even create videos about it. The awareness itself can be the catalyst for your own creative response. The transmission then pivots to timeline selection. You have every right to align with the version of Earth that you want to be on. This connects directly to my Infinite Selves work, the idea that multiple Earth timelines exist simultaneously, and alignment is a matter of frequency matching rather than collective consensus. These transmissions raise several questions worth exploring. If we are love that chose to experience non-love, what does that say about the nature of evil? Is cruelty just love that has forgotten itself so completely that it's having the most extreme version of the forgetting experience? If someone is going to play the villain role, does that reduce moral accountability, or does it simply contextualize it within a larger framework, where even the villain is serving the expansion of consciousness? What I find most valuable in this collection is the consistent refusal to position awakening as escape. The transmissions don't promise rescue, rapture, or exit. Instead, they frame awakening as engaged presence, seeing clearly while remaining in the experience, holding higher awareness while navigating lower density circumstances. The definition offered in the November 19th transmission, being awake spiritually in action, suggests that awakening isn't a state you achieve and then coast in. It's something you practice moment by moment in response to circumstances designed to make you forget. That's actually a more demanding path than waiting for a solar flash or mass landing or some particular event out there. And perhaps that's the point. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. You've got to join the Reality Revolution community. You can find the link in the description. In this amazing community on School, I have exclusive content, practical courses with PDF workbooks, an amazing community that you can participate with, ask questions with, and a weekly group coaching session in which I offer new meditations and new teachings. I hope you can join us. You can find it at school.com, skool.com/Reality Revolution. I would just love it if you checked out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. Sending all my love, all my light, for you are the new earth and we are awakening together. And thank you for your role in this journey. And thank you for the new earth. And welcome to the Reality Revolution. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm Brian Scott, and I have a huge announcement. I'm so excited to finally let you know that on February 27th at the Newark Airport Hilton, we're holding a 3-day immersive meditative experience designed to create the most profound transformation possible. We created this event specifically because so many of you couldn't make it to the LA event. We got to work, and after looking everywhere, we found the Newark Airport Hilton to be the most central and reasonably priced location. You don't just learn about timeline shifting, you actually do it. You don't just understand the concepts philosophically, you embody them. On Friday, we start with activating your pineal gland, your gateway to higher consciousness. Then you meet your higher self and learn to quantum jump into your greatest timeline. And by the end of the day, you will do my most powerful meditation where you actually become your future self from that greatest timeline. We get together for group karaoke and sing-along and community celebration because joy and connection are just as essential to your transformation as the deep work. This is your invitation to step into the life that's calling you forward. Let's do this together. I can't wait to meet you. Once again, it's www.brianscottlive.com/February-2026.